Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. You know, I said this maybe last week, right? When Liam first kissed Steffi. I said to myself, and I'm pretty sure I said this in the video, it felt like there was a scene that was missing, right? And I could have swore that she said something along the lines today that, like, after the first time, after the first kiss in Rome or whatever, we just kind of chalked it up to a mistake or whatever. Just kind of move on and forget about it. So it just makes me wonder, did they actually have a prior conversation? Because let's be honest, all we saw was they kissed. Next thing you know, this dude is back in LA. She's going in afterwards, and it was just like, wait, did we miss the part where it's like she actually explained to him all the different reasons why it's not okay for for him to sit there and do what he did? Because it was like it felt like that's something that should have happened, and it didn't. And I don't know if it was maybe a budget reason or something, but it literally made no sense. And now we're back there again, him doing that. But this time we actually have this whole conversation where it's like, it's not okay. I'm a married woman, yada, yada, yada. And of course, Liam just giving those stupid expressions in his face, like he just, duh, what? Like he just has this dumb look in his face. And I'm like, bro, are you not computing this? Like, is this not making sense to you? He's like, yeah, I know. It's like, no, you don't know. Because you kissed this woman twice. And correct me if I'm wrong, did y'all not actually have a conversation about this the first time? So what are we doing here again? It's almost like it didn't happen. So she tells him all the different ways, all the different reasons, and she's also like, you need to sit there and go back to Hope. And she does bring out the fact that, hey, listen, she forgave you. Now he says that, maybe she's a better person, right? A lot of people are calling him a hypocrite. Let's stop and think about this for a half minute, right? A lot of times in these situations, you're usually mad. In a moment, you're going to sit there and say what you're going to say, right? You're going to sit there and look at that and be like, well, yeah, technically, he should have forgave her and stuff like that. But you got to sit and look at it like he's calmed down now, right? And after she thoroughly explained, like, yo, listen, this ain't going to happen. So you need to sit there and get back with your wife. He does kind of shake his head. He does smile. And now that he's actually had time to sit there and process it, he can understand that I should forgive her the same way that she forgave me. I don't, I don't blame him for not just being like, oh, well, Spaghetti-O, you're exactly right. I did sit there and want to do the same thing. I mean, our little girl's name is Kelly, right? So yeah, we did the same thing. It's cool. No, in the heat of the moment, that's going to wind up happening. So you got to sit there and give that, um, that cooling off process. I know a lot of people are saying he's being a hypocrite, yada, yada, yada. But think about the time frame. It starts to add up. Now, if this went on for a while, then it'd be like, all right, bro, come on, seriously? Then we could sit there and look at him, and we could start calling him a hypocrite and stuff like that. Because at that point, yes, there's been enough time passed between him cooling down and being angry and that emotion and where he may be at that point in time. So you got that going on. Hope, after Hope explains to RJ that she's the one that kissed Thomas, she's the one that messed up her marriage, Brooke comes in. Hope is an absolute idiot. Hope is the type of person who'll sit there and tell a story, but only tells the parts that will sit there and not make her look like garbage. Okay? Not make her look like the villain in this situation. And that's what she started to do. She was like, oh, he left me. And, messed up my marriage. And he left me. And it's, even RJ was like, you gotta sit there and tell her. Because she's not gonna sit there and judge you. She talks about the kids. She's like, yeah, well, what she said was she saw me. I mean, Liam saw me with Thomas, And right from get-go, she put everything on Thomas. I knew Thomas did something. What did he do? Da 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 da. And Hope was like, no, I'm the one that initiated it. It took her a while because it was like, so you just gonna let her, you just gonna let your mom act like a Karen and not really sit there and correct this story? Really, bro? Really? Could you stop giving us stupid? Because sometimes she'll sit there, throughout that scene, she was giving a bunch of these dumb expressions on her face, kind of like what Liam was doing, which is just pissing me off. But she does sit there and say, "No, I did this." Brooke says after a while, "Just tell me Thomas did it. Tell me you're not the one." Like, and that's the thing that some parents do that just pisses me off. Okay. They'll really, on an emotional level, sit there and try to spin this and say, no, no, just sit there and say this person did it. And I can feel better about being mad at that person than to sit there and hold your feet to the fire as far as being accountable for you messing up your relationship. That's what pissed me off about Brooke. But she does like, no, I'm the one that did it. And she's like, she messed up her relationship, yada yada yada. I chose the wrong person, and she starts having all these regrets, and she starts crying and tears, and a bunch of other things that I really did not care about. I was like, bro, you did this to yourself. All the tears in the world is not going to sit there and make me move. It's not going to sit there and move me whatsoever. I do not feel bad for you. All those tears in your face is tears that you put there. I don't care. I really don't. Um, Meanwhile, you got that going on. You got Riz just there praising Thomas for his comeback and everything like that, and just being on the up and up. Let's be very clear. This whole thing comes out, we're not just going to sit there and put this on Thomas, because Hope was the one that initiated this whole thing. Now it's reuniting that flame, or those feelings that you have for Hope. Now they're back. Now they're starting to come back and stuff. Um, yeah, I wonder how they're going to sit there and duel out punishment. Now, once again, Steffi's not going to say anything to this second kiss, and we all know where that's going to sit there and end up leading to. She's turning one incident, one incident where she did not initiate, she did not sit there and kiss him back, one incident that could have been talked about for 5 minutes and been done. And now is going to cause a ripple effect of Finn looking at her like you lied to me by omission. I'm a happily married woman that didn't bother to tell her husband that this jackass kissed you, and now he kissed you again. So now you're in a hole. You're two in a hole. But this is the type of drama that Brad Brell and the writers that they come up with that makes sense to. I don't know who this makes sense to, but it does make sense to me. I know that much. I know damn well this does not make sense to me. Hmm. Well, I feel like that's about it. I keep forgetting just how short these B&B reviews are. Well, I guess when the show is it's like 18 minutes long, there's not that many characters. Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.